the brushes we used in the last live stream. If you were in, no, 2 lives ago, if you were in the last one, you saw this hanging up back there. These are all the brushes that we used for, what look was that? Oh, the death and rebirth look. All of these brushes we used. And so I'm going to put these away as I am doing the intro. Hello again and welcome. My name is Dion. I call this the crazy troll nation of YouTube. The crazy is knowing it's okay to be your authentic self in a world where people will tell you who and how you should be. I'm here to tell you, just be your authentic self. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand, a certain tool, or a certain technique because that's what they're telling you in whatever video that you're watching. Here we believe in self-acceptance and self-love, embracing our natural features, enhancing them if we want to, when we want to, but never feeling like we have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. Hi, Melody. How are you? Um, Two things about me. Sometimes I curse because sometimes I curse. And the second thing is there's an organism named Bruce that lives in my throat that likes to randomly hiccup, gargle, and belch in videos and particularly in live streams. I try to be aware of him to say excuse me, but sometimes I am not aware for whatever reason. So if you hear Bruce, please excuse him. So today we're doing a member request from Janet. Members here on this channel, that's one of the many perks that they have. They could make a request, and it's $2.99 a month. If you click join, it won't join you. It'll show you what the perks are, and then if they appeal to you, we would love to have you become a member, which is what I call my official troll kin, because this is the crazy troll nation, so everything has to have troll in the title, right? So she requested me to find a pattern that inspired me and to do a look based on that pattern. And one that she saw, it was plaid and it was very colorful, you know, green, red, yellow. I'm not a fashionable person. I'm really not. And so it was challenging for me to even think of like a pattern. And so I thought about what I wear. I wear jeans, t-shirts, and Skechers. And so I'm just like, okay, how can I make a look out of that? And so we're going to do denim. And so I do have a picture of a denim dress. The top is just mid-tone blue and light blue, and then the skirt, it looks to be different folds of different shades of blue. And I see some white in there. I see some that might be either very dark blue or black. And it just gives dimension to the skirt. So there's white, black, mid-tone gray, light blue, dark blue. So we're going to chop up the face in blocks, and we're going to do denim on our face. We are going to do a regular eyeshadow look. And hi, Victor. No, I'm not. Actually, are you from Nigeria? Where are you from? Excuse me. And I was debating on what mediums to use for the face paint part, and I settled on we're just going to use Inglot. I have a lot of Inglot. We have those colors that I just mentioned, and so that's what we're going to do. Excuse me. I did just drink some water and I had a couple sips of Mountain Dew because I'm feeling a little sluggish. I'm feeling a little sleepy. I didn't get enough sleep, which is usual for me. But I'll show you the palettes that we are going to, the eyeshadow palettes we're going to use, because we're going to just do a regular eyeshadow look, and then we're going to map out where we're going to put the different colors. And I am excited to see how this turns out. I've never done denim before, so I'm just like, I don't know. But we're going to see, and it's going to be good, because we always do end up loving our looks. Yes, Nigeria, and your friend, not from Venezuela. Oh, wow. Thank you for being here. I'm always excited when I get visitors from other countries. Like, that is so exciting to me. Make sure you subscribe, Victor. Make sure you subscribe and tell your friends about me if they like wearing makeup, or even if they don't, because some people watch me that don't wear makeup. They just say they like my personality, and I'm like, oh, that's a little scary. But but yeah, I appreciate you being here. Oh goodness, it is warm in here. It's humid. For For the eyeshadow, we're going to use, I had already wrote this down and then I wrote it again. We're going to use the Cryptic palette again for, I might change my mind on that. For the gray and a darker shade. Because I did go through to see what shades we still needed to use for me to be able to say I used the entire palette. And so we're going to use Ghostly, which is this shade up here. And that wasn't the paper. We were going to use Ghostly. What was the other one? Oh, you know what? That's the paper I just threw away in my makeup trash. I have a bag over here that I keep, and I only put makeup type trash in here, like my makeup stuff. So we're going to use Ghostly, and we're also going to use Morbid. Where is Morbid? Morbid is this gray shade right here. So we're going to use this one from this palette and this one from this palette. I feel like I'm starting to sweat already, y'all. We didn't even start yet. This is messy. Y'all see the sleeve? Excuse me for the glare. That's this green shadow right here. That's just going where it wants to go. And we're also going to use the Circle Logo palette from Natasha Denona. Just see my face light up. I really love that palette. That's what this looks like. The pronunciation. Ooh. Nairia. Did I say that right? And this is the Circle Logo palette, which I love. And so we're going to use this for the blues, of course. And maybe this shade. So, but we'll see. For right now, we're just going to do the brows. I was going to do one whole side with the color blocks, but I don't know if I want to do all of that all over my eye. So we're going to do very minimal with the brows because I think I may end up putting a liquid liner in the brows. Not a liquid liner, a gel liner in the brows. Did I say it right, Victor? I still do my brows with this brow pencil before I put color in it because then it just gives me, because then I know the shape is the shape that I want, and hopefully, you know, they're as close as I can get them to be. They say our brows are sisters, not twins. There's a conundrum going on tonight. Janessa messaged me that we're doubling up on live. Like, she's live right now too. And I'm like, oh man. Oh man. Because usually we tag team y'all, where y'all come here and do a live, and then she'll do one right after, and then we all go over there to continue the party. But not tonight. So she's doing one the same time I am tonight. And so I'm curious to see like which trolls come in. Trolls being a good thing, because again, this is the Crazy Troll Nation. Because it's like, okay, well, do I go over there or do I come over here? Because they watch us both, but you can't do two lives at the same time unless you just run one like on your phone and let the other one run like on your TV or on another device, a tablet or something. You are a student. Oh, okay. What are you studying in school? Are you a high school student or are you in college or middle school? I don't know how old you are. For some reason, I'm having a hard time. And I usually don't even do my brows this thick, but today I guess they're going to be thick. And I'm going to tape them down. This side I always get the way I want, and this side I usually do not. Hey Janet. Yeah, I messaged her back and say some of you may run us both on different devices. But yeah, so I'm definitely going to have to watch her after this. Yeah, so something really unexpected must have came up, because usually she'll go on after me. And I really love that, because then while I'm doing my background stuff, you know, I'm in her live watching what she's doing. And then when I settle down, you know, I'll put her on my TV. YouTube did let me go on my TV today. Yesterday, it would not open up on my TV. And it has done that before this week, where earlier in the day, it wouldn't let me in. But then in the evening, when I went to go on YouTube on my phone, on my TV, it let me in with no problem. So I don't know what is going on with that. And I hope it's not going to be an issue where eventually I can't get on at all. I couldn't get on at all yesterday. And today I said, let me just see. And it let me in. And so, and that's a new thing. So, as far as I know, I didn't receive any, updates for my TV. Every time my phone updates, something changes. She's doing. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Oh, and you know what? Usually Wednesdays I don't do lives. Oh shit, I forgot about that. But this week, yeah, 'cause I was cramming to fit those collab looks in. I don't know what is happening with my laptop. It flickers every now and then. Maybe because I had this on my keyboard, but I didn't think it was touching anything, but maybe it was. I don't know. I really enjoy her live, her pride chats. I really do. So much information. So much information, very educational and informative. Right, I'm gonna leave the brows alone, so I am pretty sure I'm gonna put gel in my brows. HVAC should be here tomorrow to start their measurements. That'll be fun. Not. Our live tomorrow night, I don't remember what it is. Enchanted Forest for an Instagram collab. I'm already sweating, which is not good. Because we didn't even get started yet. Maybe I should do, well, I'm not sure if I want to, I'm still trying to figure out. I know what we're doing for the main part of the face, but do I want to put concealer under here? Yeah, I forgot. Janet, I always be forgetting what day of the week it is. So I'll be like, what's today, Monday or Tuesday? Y'all be like, it's Thursday. I'll be like, oh, damn. Do I want to do the eyes last or first? Let's just do the eyes. We're going to take, I think we used these yesterday. Stay the Night for Interims from MAC. I really like her lives, too. And I do like the interaction as much on her channel as I do on mine. So I'm kind of bummed that I'm not going to be able to watch her live. And say hi to Mama. I always get excited when I see Mama Champagne. True. You have to have some many times. I know my issues. Many times. Many times. And I only knew yesterday was Monday because I had that appointment at the VA hospital. Those are the only days I know what day of the week it is. Mostly is when, well, I always know what day of the week it is when I have an appointment. Other than that, because every day is the same. Like much does not change in my little world here. But when I have an appointment, I'm like, ooh, I got an appointment on Tuesday. I got an appointment on Monday. Today is Wednesday. Yesterday was Tuesday. And already, I don't remember what we did on Monday, so we did the ranking. My number ones. I do so much stuff, y'all. I be forgetting, like, when, where, what, how, who. Then I'll be doing stuff. Hey, Plasma. If you super chat me $5, I'll do that. If you were a channel member, I would. Channel members here get to make requests. So that's another way that I'll do that. And that's only $2.99 a month, and you can cancel it anytime. But otherwise, you super chat me $5. YouTube takes 30%, so I wouldn't get the whole $5. But if you super chat $5, I'll do that. This is Perpetual Shock. We're going to put this underneath. So we're sticking to blues. Were you here, Janet, since was back when I was explaining what the picture looked like? Since this is your look, I want you to know what we're going to be doing. Actually, no, I don't. Not for free, anyway. I should be like, come on, you know you want to super chat me $5. This world we live in, people want something. I do appreciate you being here. Make sure you subscribe. And I do lives at least 3 times a week, usually Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So if you do like watching live streams, do come back. We're going to keep that out because we're going to use that again. So will you hear, Janet, when I explain what the picture looked like? Because if not, I'll run through it again. And if so... Yeah, but the light doesn't put any pennies in my pocket, though. Super Chat does. So we're going to go ahead and prime the eye. I applaud you for your efforts. I really do. So this is the Fenty eyeshadow primer. Actually, it's called Amplified Eye Primer. I know the picture I shared with you yesterday. Okay, so the picture I'm looking at, or the one that, well, I have 2 that's open. One is a really intricate eye look in the sense that it's a ton of gems, so we're not going to do that one. But she has like a light blue here and dark blue over here, and then like the white gems, like she has a lot of them, a whole lot. So we're not going to do that. You know what, Plasma? I think we're going to get rid of you because you are not even here for the makeup. So I'm going to just put you on a timeout. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. And the other one is a denim dress. The top is just regular denim. It's light blue and regular blue. And the skirt part, it's color blocks of denim. So there's light blue, light gray, dark blue. Looks like it may be a black, but it might just be the shadowing. And then there looks like there may be a white, which may just be the background. And so it's like patches of denim made into a skirt. And when I saw that picture, well, that denim dress, I was like, that's what we're going to do. And so, and also it won't just be just plain blue, because I'm like, how can I spice up denim? Like, and I'm so non-fashionable. My sister was the fashionable one. I've always been jeans, t-shirt, and sneakers, and now that Skechers came out, I wear Skechers more than sneakers, but yeah, just jeans, t-shirts, and Skechers. Yeah, I'm not fashionable. So I'm like, a pattern that inspires me. I'm like, there are none that inspire me. I think we put this on already. I'm dehydrated, y'all, because my mouth was dry. I did just wake up, get up. I laid down for an hour nap. And so I just got up at 7:15. I was up earlier and I felt okay. So I got up and actually got a lot done on my to-do list for today. And then I'm like, I need to at least lay down. And if I don't fall asleep, at least, I'll just relax and just rest before the live tonight. But I did actually go to sleep. Max Paint Pot and Groundwork. I'm going to put this on. I was going to open my new Fenty, my backup of the Fenty eye primer. I only got one. And I usually use it in about 6 months. And we are on a no-buy. I don't even know if that would count because that's an essential for me. But I said, let me just keep milking this one, even though it is like really dry. And when I saw I only had one backup, I'm like, shoot. And let me prolong using this, even though it's not fun to use because it's dry. But excuse me. So do I want to, yeah, we're going to get out some more brushes. We're going to use Hourglass number 3. We are in the Esom V27. We're going to take Snow Cone, this shade here, for the inner part of the lid. That is bold. Wow. I went through my cryptic palette live streams, and I only watched the part to see like what shades I used, because I wanted to see which shades I did not use. There were only 6 shades that I had not used. And so I wrote those down. We're going to use 2 of those tonight. I am really liking it, even though last night was a troll play look. I'm like, you know what? I can do a whole lot more with this palette than just regular eye looks, and so that excited me as well. Um, so we're going to use 2 of those tonight. Now we're going to take the Hourglass number 3 brush, and we're going to go into Fun to Mime. Janet, does this look blue to you or does this look green to you? Because to me it looks green, but I'm thinking it's blue because it's next to the blue and this has a blue base. So I'm not sure. Is this blue or green? That color is flipped. Because if it is blue, we'll use that one. So this is Fun to Mime. Blue enough. Okay, so we're going to do a gradient on the lid. And actually, we're going to take it all the way up to the brow. Because I do think we're going to end up putting blue in the brow later. Oh, I just dipped in the snow cone again. Okay, let's put it a little bit over here. So back to Fun to Mime. Because sometimes, as you know, because you've been here, CM says, hey, CM. Yeah, because y'all know I don't always know what a color is or what it looks like. Because to me, it does look green. So we are overlapping snow cone. But that blue from Inglot, it's a weird kind of blue. Well, it is what it is. I like it, but it's not. And I think this is something new for me to be using Inglot for face paint. I don't know if I'm gonna like the removal process. I can't. Okay, wait a minute. Trying to get out the blue. This is the blue, which to me is more turquoise kind of. But we may put that in the brows. And so because we have all the colors of Inglot, we're going to use those for the color blocks. I am sweating, y'all. And I think the Inglot will stay through the sweat. Because I said if I use water-activated paints, when I sweat, that's just going to run off. Because that's going to reactivate the paint. And if I used oil-based, it might melt it. So we had a thunderstorm earlier, and it just made things extremely humid. And the next few days, it's supposed to be like in the mid-90s. But we'll be okay. If I can deal with 94 degrees, which I'm still amazed I made it through that. If I can do that, you know, I'll be all right. Just sit my ass in front of a fan. All right, so we're not going to use that one. We're going to come over here for this one. I know this is a blue. This one is Electric. And it's spelled E-L-E-C-T-R-I-C-K. Electric. It's a trick. So we're going to put this over here. I almost thought to do plaid because of when we did the waffle cone on our face, but I said, plaid is a cleaner look than a janky waffle cone. It's all like, okay, let me just not do that. So that way I can just like slap stuff on, which is what I usually do. But that was really pretty. And I did see some plaid makeup looks. I'm just like, it was a lot. To me, it was a lot. To me, it was tedious. It looked like it was tedious. And I just wanted to have fun and not try to force myself to do something that I wasn't like, oh my gosh. Like when I saw this picture, I'm like, yeah, that's nice. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. So it kind of spoke to me. And there are different colors of denim, even though it's all blue. Are the shapes almost the same? What? Dang, I'm missing Genesis Live. That's my fault because I had forgot when I scheduled this. We're going to just feather back and forth very lightly with whatever is in the brush from Electric, and it'll give us that nice blend. And then I'll mix the colors right here a little bit. That's pretty. I'm wondering if I should put the snow cone like in this, where these two shades meet to help the blend, but it looks like it's doing what I wanted to do. I received the email from Online Makeup Academy saying they've been following me for a while. Now y'all remember 2024 is when they sent me the thing to for those two programs. It's not just like, so we're saying we've been watching you for a while, and of course, you know, the whole thing, like, we love how you do your presentation and your personality and blah, 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 blah. This blue came over kind of far, the dark blue. So they want to offer me a program of my choice. And I'm like, I already went through two of them. But then I was thinking if I want to do the special effects one, because I am curious about it, and I have been, and then doing the face paint stuff, and buying special effects makeup, the blood and the latex and the scar wax and all of that. I'm like, I've been thinking that would be fun to do, although I'm like, do I really want to commit? And so when they sent me that, I was like, this is the universe telling me go for it. But it says they don't give you the kit, so it's their special effects class, they don't give you the kit for it. So I'm like, so you're just supposed to make up your own special effects tools? No, do not restart my computer right now, another time. So I'm just like, so if I decide to do it, I'm not going to answer back till like next week. And if I do, I'm going to ask for the special effects kit to be included. Because how am I going to do the special effects stuff? Even I do have, you know, some of the stuff anyway. But I'm missing her live too, so I hope it gets unprivated quickly after it ends. Love the subject. Yeah. Hey, Natty, how are you? Oh, I just did. Kind of, sort of. Kind of, sort of. How are you doing today or tonight, depending on where you are in the world? Um, it used to be where when I would see it, I would text her and say, "Oh, it's not live yet," and she would do that. But lately, it's like I'll still be sleeping or something, and then so I'll miss letting her know that it's not right away. And I think it is so weird that I don't know if it's her phone or her laptop, that it automatically goes back to private. Like, that to me is weird. We're gonna take a clean one of those hourglass number 3, and we're going to go in the snow cone, which was this shade on the inside, the first shade we put on, and we're just gonna, this is a bold shade. Okay, from here you can see the gradient, from that to the lighter blue and the dark blue. But looking straight, it's just, this is a bold shade. Oh my gosh. I didn't want it to take over, but do you like it? That is super shiny. This thing is like, what? Damn. I'm going to take a little bit of fun to mime again. And we're just going to put that just on this outer edge, because I do want more of a color differentiation. Well, okay. So it doesn't, so that whole side just doesn't look shiny. I want there to be a gradient of sorts. Wow, that was a very bold shade. So, lower lash line. Let's put some. Yeah, it really is. And Aerialist. So Snow Cone has a blue base to it. That's why it's with the blue. Aerialist has a purple tint to it. That's why it's between the purples. This is as bold as this one. It is just like super shiny, and it doesn't look like it would be. It looks like it's just a regular metallic, but no, that sucker is bold. Oh, I'm sweating, and the corners of my elbows is dripping. It feels gross. Yeah, let's put a little bit. So I'm wondering if I want to just color block all the way up to here, or bring the shadow down to here. Let's bring the shadow down. So let's put some primer under here. Which color am I going to put there? Do I want to put Snow Cone under there? I don't know. So if I do this, what are we putting in this area? We will see. We're just going to have fun with it like we usually do. Yeah, super, super shiny. I'm just like, whoa. That actually camouflaged some of my under eye discoloration. So, I let me take out 3 of the Fenty 220s. I have 4 total. I'm going to use 3 of them. This is how I had all them brushes to wash the other day. We're going to take Snow Cone, that first shade. And we're going to, damn. Woo! I'm going to put that here. Woo! Wow. Then we're going to take Fun to Mime. I actually could use a bigger brush for the other 2 shades. Yeah, we're going to use a bigger brush. We're going to use the Eastern V27s. And so we're going to take Fun to Mime. Put that in the middle. There's a dip in Fun to Mime in this palette. And I don't even use that shade that often. That is, I think it's one of her regular mattes and not necessarily a creamy matte or a cream to powder. But I don't use it often, so I'm surprised it has a dip in it like that. And now I got quiet. I'm looking at the shapes. This side comes down further. But we're going to probably end up putting color over top of it. Now we're going to go to Electric. And that's going to go over here. I'm thinking to go back with Snow Cone and put on my, we're going to leave it. I was going to cover up that gel pencil liner with it. But that's so bright. I'm thinking we're just going to leave it like it is. That's what I'm thinking. This is still Electric. I like how that looks, and I like how this piece looks right here, but it's just the shape of my face. Shape of my face. This would be nice, Janet, if I had, well, it's gonna be nice anyway, but like an extra flare would be if I had opened the blue contact lenses. And wore those with this look. I am liking this blue eye. I gotta blend that. Back to Fun to Mime. This is the brush that had Fun to Mime, whatever's in the brush. Extra flare or team too much. Extra flare, not team too much. Oh, with the blue context, I think it would be extra flare. I don't think it would be team too much. Because it's denim, so denim is just like all blue, it's just different shades of blue. So I don't think it would be team too much. I think it would just be some extra flare. I'm trying to get the colors to line up in this, oh my gosh, line up in the same place. The brush that had Electric on it, whatever shadow is still in the brush. All right, we're done. No, I'm just joking. I actually really like how this is looking. What did we use this brush for? Oh, that first shade. Okay. All right, so I put brushes in the order I use them, so if I go back to them, I know which brush it is. But these I can tell by the color, though. Why are you got a piece hanging out of here? Okay. I remember not to rub my face. They feel very comfortable, and I forget that I have them in. Usually this one I can feel it, and I think because my eye gets dry because the fan is blowing over here. That's what I think. But when I'm not sitting here, I forget I have them in. It might be like 3 in the morning. I'm like, oh, let me wash my face and go to bed. And I'll be like, oh, shoot. I'll look in the mirror and be like, girl, take them contacts out. They are extremely thin, excuse me for smacking. That's why I think they're as comfortable as they are. Because when I first started wearing contacts for prescription, I could feel that they were in there, but I got used to it really quick. It wasn't bothersome. These, I don't feel them at all. Not at all. And of course, they gave me a code, so that's down below. And I think they're in the $20 range. Some are like 23 something. Some are 28, 29. I don't know what the difference is, but they have a lot of colors. And I think it's redundant because some colors look like other colors. You know what I mean? Well, to me, because I don't know what colors are. But. So we're going to trace out some blocks. We're going to trace out some blocks. And then we're going to use the Inglot and gel eyeliners. So we're going to get, excuse me, a lot of use out of them today for sure. Do I want to trace out in white or brown? Or we might use this light blue. They're very thin, because even putting them in, like regular contacts, the ones I used to wear for prescription, they were AccuView Oasis, I think they were. And I never had a problem with them folding in on itself. These, I get it on my finger and I'll, try to put it in and it'll fold in on itself. Like when one part touches my eye, it'll just fold over, like close itself up. And I'm just like, I've never had that with any contacts. They're super thin. Super thin. But they're extremely comfortable though. And they do make prescription ones too. I don't want to scratch my where I have the shadow. Where am I going to put this palette? Shoot. Just leave it here. So, do I want to trace with brown, white, or silver? Silver? I got silver. Alright, let's just start some tracing. See where that takes us. And I was just gonna do one half of the face. Janet, do you want just one half? Do one half of the face? Just do regular. I don't know. Do regular makeup over here, or do shapes on the whole side. I used to wear hard contacts. I never wore the hard ones. The first 2 weeks felt like toenail. Yeah, ooh, ooh. Ooh. Up to me. I'm having trouble deciding because I'm sleepy. Because I intended to do that, but then I did the eyes the same. So I'm like, so I'm doing the whole face the same? That's fun. Alright, let's just start tracing out. I could trace with the liners as well, the gel liners versus these as well. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to come out, Janet. I do know it'll be interesting. That I know. That I know. But interesting in a good way or a bad way, that I don't know. And it's hard for me to see like back here in this area. And then it strains my eye. No, I got quiet. It wanted to move over my over my little cheek area. I know I keep getting quiet. This one, this side is a little higher. You'll like it or learn something or both. That's what I always used to say. You're going to learn 3 things. Either never to ever do it again, to do it again and tweak it, or you're going to love it. You're going to learn something either way. Yeah, I remember. I forgot that I used to always say that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And if I do like it and do it again, it'll be better. Because the first time is always like the most experimental. Of them all, I'm trying to line up with this line over here. This is silver, by the way. NYX retractable eyeliner in silver. That side came. That one came down too far. I'm going to be stuck on what to do to the forehead unless I put gems on the forehead. Now I'm thinking I should have used the brown. Because some of these I don't see. Oh, poor sweet summer child, Arnold. I appreciate you being here. You have a good day now. I'm not really in the mood today. We still haven't had a lot of not so good rolls in a while. And that right there was very mild. I just ain't feel like entertaining. You can do a blinged out back pocket on the forehead. I'm sorry, Janet. Pocket on the forehead? That's like lashes on ice cream. Yo, I was tripping. Cause when I saw your comment, I'm like, it's not real ice cream though. And then when I looked at the picture is obviously had lashes on, and even the other picture I saw that I was also implementing some elements to, she had on fluffy lashes. But y'all was like, okay, it's not real ice cream. Because I imagined you were, I don't know, because it was just like, okay, we know it's a ice cream makeup look, and you were like, I don't know why you would want fluffy lashes on ice cream. I was like, that was just so funny to me. That was so funny to me. Oh my gosh, it really was. I was like, oh wow. I don't know if I want to. Yeah, I was laughing at that. Like, this makeup. It's not. But it sounded serious in my mind when I seen it. Why would somebody want fluffy lashes on their ice cream? And you know I'm a literal person, so I was just like, it's not real ice cream. It's not real ice cream. Yeah, that really made me laugh. It's makeup. Yeah, but both the pictures, damn it, they had lashes on. Oh, this ear just got stopped up, and I hear it ringing. This ear is ringing. I got out of nowhere. You like the blue? Oh, hey Tanya. I read the comment, didn't look to see who it was. Thank you. This is the denim look that Janet had requested. This is Circle Loco. 3 shades from Circle Loco. So now we're going to outline what we traced with the liner. We're going to use these though. We're going to do some more tracing before we get to the liners. Are you in Janessa's live too, Tanya? I just got quiet again. So we're doing different colors to have some dimension. And this is from MAC, of course. The silver was NYX, and this one is NYX Vivid Rich. I wanna. No, I don't wanna. Hey, Lock. This is a denim look that Janet had requested. I have a feeling I'm gonna be really quiet during this live. I'm just really tired. I feel good though. Just sluggish a little bit. I'm trying to go next to the white because I don't always see where the white is, where the line is. When I'm doing this here, I can't see behind it. Like now when I did the brown, I can see behind the brown. Put that there, and that's a little thick. That's a thick milkshake, as Janessa would say. I know I'm quiet, y'all. I'm sorry. Griffin, Dirty Jersey. What's up, Camden? How you doing, Griffin? You in Ohio this weekend? What you doing in Ohio? Tell us all the business. What you doing? How have you been? It's always good to see you. He's from my hometown, y'all. So we cool like that. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like that. Let's see. Is this where you are? You're back here. And the other side went further back. I'm just working, doing good. Had to say goodbye to my kitty last week. For one for King Widow. Oh no! Oh, sad to hear that. I'm glad you gave him a final drink. Oh, that's sad. It's always sad. So we have blue. I don't know if we'll use this one. We might. This is actually a good blue as well. Sometimes I think it's purple, but I do believe this is blue. Oh, wow. That's a long time. That's a good age. So we're going to use this blue. This to me is more turquoise, but it'll fit somewhere. We're also going to use white. One of my feral cats, says Tanya, had kittens. I remember you had bought that. Yeah, you had said that. And I said, well, of course they're going to bring the kittens to you. If you feed the mom, of course you're going to bring the kids to get some food. But it started raining, so they're inside with me now. They're inside the house, or do you have, and we're going to use this white, or is it a closed-in porch? Because I remember before, like when they first, well, not when they first started coming around, but you were saying how they were affecting your allergies. So I'm like, are they in the house? Nice question. Yeah, good life, a good long life. I'm not sure. I'm thinking against the black, and I know it's not black, but because of how some of the folds are, there's a shadow, and so I'm not sure. So this will just be on standby, or we can just go back to that brown. And I do have fluid line in brown. Dip down is a brown. No, not in the closed-in porch, but I can't let them get wet. Might get sick. Yeah, and you won't be sick because you're allergic. You so nice, Tanya. And we have a gray, so this will give us some shadow too if we want to do shadow. This is fluid line from that. So what are we gonna do first? I kind of want to do a gray block here, so that it's not too much blue all in one place. How about you'll take them back out to her when it stops raining? Excuse me, how about we do the blues first? This to me does look like it wants to be purple. This always to me looks turquoisey. Do y'all see blue or do y'all see purple with this one? I see a blue metallic leaning purple. What do y'all see? Get out some brushes to use for that. Blue, this is Griffin. Thank you. Because earlier I was asking about another color. I was like, is this green or blue? Y'all know I'll be doing colors. Blue says like. Awesome. I'm trying to figure out. I have 4 of these, which will give me a straight line. And then I can just pull it down. So let's take all 4 of these out. I could have left these out. I put away all the brushes we used yesterday. That was hanging up in the live last night. I mean, that we did on Monday. I was like, that is insane. Like, that whole thing was full. And it was one other time where it was full of brushes. And some of them were tripled up, like the small ones like these. Where's my 4th one of these? Where you go? All right, let me just move on. Y'all know I don't like when I can't find something because everything is right here, which means I put it somewhere that I put it in somebody else's home. All right, let me just keep moving. Gotta keep moving, that's for real. Cause baby ain't no standing still. All right, so let's do blue. Yeah, okay. Where's the other one? We're gonna start with this one. So funny, miss. I started watching because my daughters are into makeup. And now I just check in because it's nice to see you. You're such a queen. And it is so good to see you too, Griffin. You the only Camden in here. And so when you come in, I'll be like, yay. That's my neighbor. I do appreciate that, dude. I do appreciate that. I think there's like one other guy that just watches. I don't know how he came here or found me. But and he's been missing lately. So you're the only one that I know of. Because sometimes people don't say. And so I don't always know genders. But we're going to use this. I do appreciate it. Griffin. There was a situation going on. I let my Camden out. I call her little miss. Little incompetent miss. I went off. I said, I'm going to let my Camden out because I don't think she's going to understand any other way. I didn't curse at her, though, so kudos to me. But, yeah, I let her have it. I'm not going to say both barrels because I didn't curse at her. But I'll say a barrel and a half. She's very incompetent. I saw a replay, crew, and although full, I commend your determination and discipline on how you keep up with cleaning your brushes after every look. And, oh, that's looking greenish to me. That's this one. Yeah, and if I don't wash the brushes I use clean brushes. And I think the most I've had, Lock, was 3 days worth of brushes lined up around my sink. And that's when I'll take a picture and be like, before and after. Do it, lady, Jersey style. Yo, it was so stupid. This is how stupid it was. I was asking her, because there's been an ongoing situation with my air conditioning. And so I asked her if she can just call the independent company they use just to get an update on the status of my new unit. And she would say, I'll call you tomorrow. And I said, well, can you call me either way, just so I know that they have a timeline or they don't? Like, just either way, call me. She would say, yeah. She would never call me. And so, and the manager actually did the same thing. So, like, they weren't communicating at all. So when I went in yesterday, I said, I'm just asking if a call has been made. And she said, well, it's out of my control. I said, listen to what I'm asking you. I said, I'm asking you if a call was made. It's out of my control. I said, listen, I asked you if you would call me either way, even if you didn't have an answer, just to let me know that a call was made. And she said it again, it's out of my control. And that's when I knew she was incompetent and she lacked comprehension. And then she started talking about something. I said, let me finish my sentence. And then I started raising my voice at her. I said, you're telling me it's out of your control, and all I'm asking is if you made a phone call. I said, you're in control to do or don't do what you say you're going to do. I said, what I'm asking you is just, did you make the call? It's out of my control. I went off, Griff. I said, you're in control to do what you say you're going to do or say you didn't do it. I said, it's about being a person of your word. And so I said a few other things. And she shut up after a while. I'm just like, if you say you're going to do it, do it. It was so friggin' simple. It's so friggin' simple. And I don't know what, I don't want to say she's thinking, or she is like she's in her own fantasy world, because I said, is the manager here? I was going to say her name. Is the manager here? And she was like, oh, she's unavailable. And I heard her voice in the office. She was talking to somebody, and she said she's unavailable. I said, so she's unavailable for the day, or she's unavailable right now? She said, for right now. And I said, oh, okay, so I just sit here and wait. She said, yeah. And I said, well, can you let her know I'm here? She said she's unavailable. And I'm like, so I just sit here indefinitely till she comes out? She was like, no. I'm like, I said, you just said yeah. I said, you just answered yes, wait. And now you're saying, no, don't wait. I said, what are you saying? I said, I'm just trying to find out if a phone call was made. I said, you told me, and I had been going in there or calling every other day just to see if a call was made. And I said to her, do I need to come in here every other day and just be a bitch? I said, it's a simple yes or no question. Either a phone call was made or it wasn't. And if you say you're going to do something, it's in your control to do it. Yo, it was just so fucking ridiculous. And then one of the maintenance guys, he came in, he started talking to me. She jetted off into the inner office. I'm like, yeah, you better run. And I do think the manager's avoided me too. I think she told her, so-and-so over here, tell her I am not available ever. And I get it that people don't like confrontation, but just be like, yes, I did tell you I would call them and then call you, and I didn't. Just say that. I'm fucking hiding out. I just knew if a call was made. It was so stupid because it's so easy. Either you made a call or you didn't, and you definitely didn't call me back. I said the lack of communication is unacceptable and unprofessional. And for you to keep telling me it's not in your control when I'm asking you or telling you, you kept saying you were going to call me the next day and you never did. That's in your control. I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah, I was going off. I was going to fuck off because it was so stupid. And so then I'm like, she cannot be this incompetent. Like, can you not understand what I'm saying? So then I started talking to her like she was a 6-year old. If you say you're going to do something, it is in your control to do it. And if you didn't, just say that you didn't. That's it. I said, it's really that easy. And she's just looking at me. Like nobody was home. The lights was on. Nobody was home. I was just like, this. Why the fuck are you here? I didn't say that to her, but in my mind, I'm like, because it's so simple. Either you made the call or you didn't. And so the maintenance guy broke down the process. They'll be here tomorrow to do the measurements. Hey, spoiled brat reactions. Do you do reactions on your YouTube channel? Because there's a lot of reaction channels. Yep, I'm born and raised Camden, New Jersey. I don't live in Camden anymore, but as you can tell, you can take me out the hood, but you can't take the hood out of me, as they say. But it was just so stupid. You didn't. You said you want to call me. You didn't. It's out of my control. What? This is so stupid. You said you were going to call me back and you didn't. It's out of my control. It's out of your control to make a call to a resident, and that's your job, is to take care of the resident. Some things are just like, some stuff is so stupid. It's just like, you know what? Just fuck you. That's it. And other stuff is just like, I need to let you know that I know how incompetent you are, because this is just ridiculous. That was just way ridiculous. I'm thinking I should have did smaller blocks. That's what I'm kind of thinking. That's what I'm kind of thinking. I'm looking at to see what other brushes I could use, like other flat brushes. But that was just so stupid. And I could tell that she still wasn't understanding what I was saying. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, in my mind. So the maintenance guy, when he got on the phone, he went into the kitchenette area and he got on the phone. So I'm like, okay, let me take my voice down a little bit, because I don't want them to be like, oh my God, do I need to call the police? Are you in danger? Like, who was that back there wilding out? And so when he had said to me, he said my apartment number. He said, you're such and such. I said, yeah. And that's when Chick darted into the inner office. And so he explained the process to me. He said, I just got off the phone with him. He said, I called him. So he heard me going off on her, and he called the dude. And so he's saying, they don't understand the process. I said, I hear what you're saying. And I said, I appreciate you telling me the entire process. I said, I do appreciate that. I said, what I was telling her was, I said, I've been coming in here or calling every other day for the last week and a half. And she would tell me, okay, I'm going to call, or I'm going to let the manager know you were here so she can call, and I'll call you back either way, whether there's an answer or not. And she never called. I said, and the manager had told me the same thing, and they never called. I said, that's what my point was. And she just kept saying it's out of her control. If you say you're going to do something, just do it. And he went. So he understood what I was saying. No, not really, just on the internet. E-beggars that was scamming people. You from South Jersey? Your dad's family is pro Camden. They bleed Camden. That's right. Born and raised. Griffin that's in here, he's from Camden too. I'm glad to be away from Camden, but it's still in me though. I'm wondering if this block is too big of a block of color. We'll see what the rest looks like, and then if it's looking like it needs adjustments, then we'll do adjustments. Which means just put another color through it. Yeah, so he knew what I was saying, because he went. And when I said the same thing with the manager, he went. So I'm like, damn. So he wasn't though too. Like, your boss is a mess, and this office worker is a mess. And so they'll be here tomorrow to measure. He said it's a 4-day process. So I'm getting a whole new heating AC unit, a whole new HVAC unit. They have to measure inside. Cause I thought when the other dude said they were going to measure, and then the tech came to measure, he measured something outside. So I thought that was it. Even though he did tell me he was going to measure inside, but I thought that was it. So I'm like, okay, they were here on the 22nd to measure. Like, so what's the status? But he said they have to come to measure inside, the space to put the unit, and also the ductwork. So he said they're going to have to put holes in the walls to remove the ductwork. So this unit has been in here since they built this building. So he's like, they're going to have to put holes in the walls to take out the ductwork and then put in the new ductwork, put the system in. He said it's a 4-day process. And he said, and then after all of that is done, you know, they'll have to repatch, you know, all the holes, yada, 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 yada. I used to live around Glassboro, Blackwood, Turnersville area. Now you're in PA. Okay. I don't go to Philly much for no particular reason. Actually, since COVID, I haven't been going anywhere much, to be honest with you. But yeah, every now and then I would go to Philly. Oh, here's a question. Where do you get your cheesesteaks from? From Pat's or Geno's? Because those are the two rivals. I know you know that because you're in Philly. And being in Camden, they call Camden a little Philly. Where you get your cheesesteaks from? Yo, it is so like, what the hell, when nice you were living in Norristown a while back. Yeah, I was just living in Camden. I lived in Haddonfield for a little bit after I got my graduate degree, and I was trying to figure out like where am I going, what am I going to do. And then I moved up to Central Islip, New York for a little while, and then came back to Jersey. I think it was Turnersville, I want to say. And my grandmother, she's not here anymore, but she lived in Berlin. And so I would stay down there sometimes. But she is no longer with us. And I went into the National Guard. That took me to South Carolina. I also was in Calico, New York for a while when I was in Job Corps. So anytime I was somewhere else, it was because I was in something. When I knew I was getting out of the active duty army, I was in Texas. I didn't want to go back to Jersey. I said, live there. I was born there, raised there. Like, I don't want to go back there. And from here, it's only like a 45-minute ride, depending on traffic and construction and the weather, just to go over the Delaware Bridge. I live in Delaware now. OMG, someone here in Houston was telling me he got a cheesesteak and ate them. Like the fuck you did. Yeah, you worked in Berlin a long time. Yeah, it's nice down there. And I never understood. Oh, this is what I was going to say. This is just disgusting. Excuse me. They have places here. Some of these pizza shops, sub shops. On the menu, it'll say Philly cheesesteak. I'm like, lies you tell. Lies you tell. And you can tell by the bread because they use a certain type of bread, and it ain't this shit. Lies you tell. Yeah, ain't no damn cheesesteak. Did your grandma go to one of the churches in Berlin? She did. And my uncle used to preach at one. I think it was one of the St. John's Baptist Church, something. That pastor, he ran that church, and he ran one in Camden and Parkside. It was a Parkside Methodist Church. And he was tight with the family, but then I don't know if he was like that with everybody. Like, he would do all the weddings, he would do all the funerals. Like, anything in the family that needed a pastor, he did it. Which I thought was really cool. And he lived to be almost 90. And he still looked really good, too. But I'm like, damn, he's been in our family for so long. And so that was sad. And so anytime Philly cheesesteak, lies you tell. And you know what? No. One of the jobs I had, me and my neighbor went to Pat's Pizza. This was eons ago. For lunch. Because I was telling her, like, I like I think it was their stromboli. They do not have panzerottis in Delaware. I'd be like, do y'all have panzerottis? What is that? It's like a fried stromboli, to put it simply, so you can understand it. But I'm like, yeah, they don't. I haven't had a panzerotti in years. What's a panzerotti? I'm like, you know what? Never mind. So she ordered a cheesesteak. And what, you been there a lot? Yeah. Did you work in the Berlin Farmers Market? No, I did not. I used to shop in there, but I haven't worked in there. And so she ordered it, and she's from Philly. So I'm like, you ordering a cheesesteak? So she ate it, and I said, how was it? She said, I'll tell you this, doc. I'm not hungry no more. I was like, damn. So I'm just nasty without telling me it's nasty. She's like, I'm not hungry no more. And I was shocked when she ordered a cheesesteak anyway. I'm going to put some Doorline in the rest of the ingots I use because this is so dry. That's why it's taking me so long to lay down this color. You worked in Newcastle, Delaware for a bit. Janet, you like Tupac. You get around. Oh, what are we going to do now? I kind of want to... I was looking for the other blue, which to me, even through here, it looks purple. I don't know if I want it... Shoot. I'm going to put some Inglot in it so that way it's not so dry and we can get through it a little bit quicker. Before COVID, I would go to the Newcastle Farmers Market on the weekends to get my fruits and vegetables for the week. When COVID came, I stopped going anywhere, and I haven't been since. I think I've been there a couple times. Their Amish market, y'all, Amish food is so freaking good. I don't know if they putting crack in there or what, but it is it's addictive. It's addictive. It's so good. Here in Reading, they put red sauce on their cheesesteak. I have to say no sauce every time. It doesn't taste good to me. Oh, thank you, spoiled brat. I was dating a Caucasian guy. He grew up in like the urban type suburban area, and you know his sister or somebody had a farm, so he didn't know anything about you know Camden inner city, none of that. And so I had took him to Philly one time, and we went to Ishkabibbles. Ishkabibbles do make really good cheesesteaks. Oh my gosh! And so I took him to Ishkabibbles, and I had never had a cheesesteak with cheese whiz on it, because to me it just sounds weird as hell. Griffin, gotta run, Dion. Gonna sip some. All right, you sleep well. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate you. It's always good to see you, Griffin. And so I said, you know what? I said, you get one type of cheesesteak, I get another one. This is too much Doorline because now it's running. We might add more later, but for now, let's just get these color blocks on. And so I said, you know what? I said, I'll order one with whiz. And again, I always thought it sounded disgusting. I said, they're saying this is the Philly cheesesteak with whiz. I'm like, okay. Yo, it was good. I was like, oh, what? You mean all these years of my life, I never got this? I really liked it. It was still weird, though. So they cooked the steak, and they had like a huge pot, it wasn't a crock pot, but like a huge pot, and they would just dip the ladle in and then pour the cheese over the steak. I was like, this is good. And I was surprised I liked it because it just sounds so gross to me. Cheese whiz on a cheesesteak? Excuse me? I was like, damn. And he said the same thing. He's like, this is really good. And I think he got American cheese on his. I was like, this thing is really good. Like, what the hell? How did he do that? That's some type of sorcery or something. And a friend of mine was visiting from Georgia. And I picked up at Philadelphia airport. So I'm like, hey, let's go and eat. And so I took her to Ishkabibbles too. And a few doors down is a Rita's. And so she wanted to get something from there too. So we sat in the car and ate our Ishkabibbles and our Rita's gelati. We would always do pizza steaks. Yeah. Yeah, I was telling Texas has to have cheese with you. It sounds so gross to me. Like I was just like, oh hell no. And then I tried it that one time, and I was like, "Oh shit! Like I've been sleeping on this all these years. What? I've been sleeping on this all these years." I was shocked. Cause the only other thing that I like Cheese Whiz on when I was younger, I don't even like Cheese Whiz at all anymore. It's like on tater tots, like on loaded tater tots. They put the Cheese Whiz and then other stuff, whatever other stuff, bacon bits and whatever else. But it just always sounded so weird to me. That shit was good. And I think I was what, like in my early 40s when I finally tried it. Because he was like, "What is this about?" I'm like, "I don't know." I'm like, "You know what? I'll go ahead and get one." This is thin because that's the watery part. We're going to come back to this unless I forget. Just to pack one more color so it can be consistent. But then denim sometimes isn't consistent. Sometimes it does, looks like different colors. Or some parts look faded. Yeah, the food don't be the same. And I do miss panzerottis, like for real. Going to a pizza place. Do y'all serve panzerottis? What's that? I'm like, never mind. I went to Camden High School, and they would have lunch trucks that would sit outside. And one of them was a Panzerotti truck. And the Panzerotti shop, I could walk to it from my house in like 15 minutes. So sometimes I would just walk over there and get one. But that truck always had the longest line. The Panzerotti place. The Panzerotti truck from that store. Always had the longest line. And now, can't even get one. Unless I go to Camden. I'm wondering if these blocks are too large. That's what I'm wondering. I don't want to put that under there. Alright, so what else? Alright, let's take some gray. This will be easier because this is the fluid line. Do I want to use a different brush? I think I want to use a different brush because this is straight and this is kind of round. Since you're near Philly area, have you had sweet Lebanon? Nope, I have not. I'm going to take this brush. I have not had Lebanon bologna. I hadn't even been to Philly in forever. It's probably been maybe 3 years, if not 4, since I've been to Philly. When I lived in Camden, I would go more often. There's a Penzies store in Philly too, but I still just opt to have them ship my order. I can be in Philly in like 40 minutes, but then add 20 minutes trying to find parking. So I'm just like, no, they could just mail it. I'm in no rush. I stay stocked on Penzies and on their gift cards. They just had another gift card sale and I bought some. Then they extended the sale, so I bought some more. And I'm like, girl, I do keep some and I do give some away though. Yeah, I have a bunch of gift cards. Spoil reactions. You get Lebanon bologna every few months. Love it with mustard. I have never had it. Jen says she hated it as a child, but I eat it whenever I'm visiting. So do you still hate it, or you just learn to just like the taste of it? Excuse me. Because sometimes stuff will grow on you. Well, I'll speak for myself. Because it might be something I don't like, but I have it so often that I just get used to it and I don't mind it. Do you get the sweet or standard? The sweet Lebanon bologna is an acquired taste for me. And I may be in a minority here, but I actually do like liver and onions because I got used to it. Like as a kid, when my mom would make it, I haven't eaten it since I was a kid. I see it on menus. I do not order it, but I actually started to not mind it. But I think I just got used to it. Even with beer, I never liked beer. I just got used to the taste. I never liked the flavor of any beer that I've ever drank. But I would drink it because I was just got used to it. But I never actually liked it. I'm glad that this gray is looking bluish. So this is okay. Okay. I'm thinking I should have did curves because even though it's blocked, it's circular. Like each block is a circle, and some of them are bent over, and that's what causes a shadow that some looks like it has black in it or brown. I didn't think about that till just now. Me too. Haven't had liver and onions since I was a kid. Yeah, I used to hate it, and then all of a sudden I was like, you know what? This is okay. Girl, you just got used to it. It's the same thing that you didn't like last week. We over here talking about food. It's a makeup channel. And I'm not even hungry. I will eat after this. This is kind of tedious. Oh my gosh, we've been here a while already. It has to be cooked right. Have y'all tried beef bacon? I don't think beef bacon. I want to say yes because I've had turkey bacon, and so it only makes sense that I would also have had beef bacon. You know what I mean? But I don't remember what I think of it. I haven't had bacon in a long time, but if I had a choice, I would choose pork bacon. Because I just like that flavor better for bacon. And how it gets crispy because of the fat. It's nice and crunchy. Yes, I'm sure I have. I just don't remember. Have y'all been following the World Cup situation? I think I heard that they shut down having the watch party for like security reasons and all of that. What do y'all think about that? About him wanting to go there. And they were like, oh, so you didn't go to your son's wedding, but you're going to come here. Priorities. Like, dude, you are like completely off. That don't make any kind of sense. None at all. You're too busy to go to your son's wedding. And then they show him sitting there sleeping. And that was your boy stupid. So you would just cause this uproar of all of these things, insecurity and, you know, businesses losing money because people aren't going because whatever, and then the prices went up and blah, 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 blah. And so some companies make a lot of money at events like that. And so some of them was like, no, we ain't gonna go because, you know, we ain't gonna make the money. Irish potatoes are balls of marzipan covered in cinnamon. I heard of Irish potatoes, but I never really knew what they were. All right, where else am I gonna put a gray? I kind of want to split up some of these blocks. But what are we going to put there? That's the question. So we've used the two blues, the gray. I think white would be too stark. Shit. We have a lot of blocks here. You know what? Let's put more of the gray. There's a lot of stuff I haven't tried. Growing up, where and how I grew up, like we were just lucky sometimes to have food. And there were times I didn't have food growing up. I had talked about that before. I think now that's why I'm not particular. I think I'm just happy to eat. Oh, I used to love scrapple, sliced thin, cooked crispy. As an adult, I would still buy it, and then one day in my late 20s, I read the ingredients. I never bought it again. I used to love scrapple, sliced thin, pan fry it really lightly. Put it on a potato roll with mustard and some cheese. I loved it. And one day I read the ingredients. I never buy it again. And I remember getting that for school lunches. On that pork roll. I read them ingredients. I was like, oh my gosh. Like scrapple is it's really scrapple. It's scraps. Like I was eating pig scraps. It was so good though. It's like it had to be sliced thin for me. Sliced thin and cooked crispy though. I'm not sure like what other colors to put. I messed it up reading the label. Yep, I sure did. I couldn't wrap my brain around it to keep eating it. I was just like, yeah, I was wishing I had never like looked at the ingredients. Oh, I don't know about this, Janet. I feel like I need another color, but I don't know what other color. And I do think something needs to be done. I worked at a French restaurant. Says Janessa. Says Janet. As a cook during routines, and outside of that, I travel. Never bug stuff. So you never had like grasshoppers or anything like that? You never eat no grasshoppers? I'll take this Sigma 821. This is an Inglot white. This is the brush that had the gray on it. I'm filling these gaps. And change chitlins. Ooh, I remember chitlins. Everything smell. And when they would buy them, of course, buy it in a bucket. And they would put it in the trunk. They were like, don't put that inside the car. I only liked them if they were deep fried. Because then you couldn't taste anything except the batter. They had to be deep fried and really crispy. I've never purchased them though. But like at family gatherings, one of the old heads was like, "Oh, I'm bringing chickens." Alrighty. Okay. Oh, this is dry. This is dry on this brush. Cambodia, we went looking for deep fried tarantulas. I'm so glad we didn't find them in there. That would have been a neat experience. For you to tell us, like if you had tried them, to tell us like how they were. Just filling in some of these gaps. I'm feeling like this is taking, oh shoot, we've been here 90 minutes already. Man. Heck no, your friend told a funny story how you knew someone who worked in a bank. He worked in a bank. He worked in a bank. Heat up some in the microwave at work. He did try guinea pig. I would try guinea pigs. I've eaten regular pig. Like, is it? I mean, a pig is a pig. Even though I know it's a different type of pig, but I wouldn't hesitate to try it unless it looked funny. If something looked funny, I ain't eating it. There's a gap right here too. I need to stop trying to be so meticulous because we need to get through this. I do like it with the white. It's swooshing in like near my nose, the white. I'm gonna have to put some color up here. Oh no, I couldn't. I hear you had them as pets. Ooh. Oh yeah, I don't know if I would have ate that. I don't know. Never mind. But some people do, do what you gotta do. Alright, I need to, I don't know what other colors to put because I don't want to put the same color next to itself. But then I really could since we're blocking off with the white, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad that we did. I think that does add to the look. Yay. I've always said this white is very creamy. I see the brown line here, but I don't see it over here. Do we want to even? Alright, let's do that. Let's switch up all these squares. Stop being so square, Dion. And it was circular in the picture anyway, so I don't even know why. Like, I dismissed that fact. This side is way further down than this side. When I look over here, it looks different than when I look here. Because here it looked like it was the same. Okay, this is thicker. I'll put some on the inside to make this thicker. What color are we going to put in there? Go back to the gray. Let's put gray in here. I am glad we didn't use the water activated because you have to wait for it to dry. Number one. And number two, with me sweating, it would have ran. So I'm glad we did use the ink lot. My face feels tight. When ink blot dries, y'all, it dries. It's like you put me here, what? I ain't going nowhere. Do we want to just leave the nose blank? This is the turquoisey color. This is the blue color. This is the blue. Wait a minute. I don't know what's what. What? Let me see. We need a color. Excuse me. So a color for here, and I'm kind of thinking, just wrap it up. You can leave it blank, but of course, this is your look. Of course, you can make a suggestion. Of course, this is your look. What color am I going to put here? Because I think this is this one and this one, so we can put this one here. Okay. Of course, Janet, this is your look. Are you typing it, Janet? Who was I calling? Oh, Skinny Queen when I was doing their look. I'm like, Skinny has left the building. I know you're still here, though. There's that cool. That's this color. I think this is the quietest that I have been ever in a live stream. Have you chosen to have white borders? If you need a stitch work between patches over the white, it will convey the idea of diagonal lines on the white and blue or black. Okay, let me read that again. I gotta read that again. And I do have a brown and black here fitting out. You know, ink blot, when it dries, oh my gosh. It's patchy in person. Oh, shoot. I was gonna say it's not noticeable when I do it like this, it is, but am I gonna keep doing that? No, so just leave it alone. Let me read that again. I have this off of my lip, but I think it might be too bright. Get the glare off. All right, let me read it again. I did choose to do white as a border if you used a stitch work between patches over the border. it would convey the idea. So diagonals through, so do diagonal lines through each block? Is that what you're saying? Do a diagonal through each block? Yes or no? If so, I'll use a black because the brown might get eaten up by that gray. Unless I do different color stitching. I can do that too. And I think I like that idea. Use brown for some and black for others. Is that what you were saying? I did not think this was going to be that tedious. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. There's no color back there, but I see. Oh, that's that silver. Is that what you were saying, Janet? Yes or no? Oh, you did write something. Right now, as it is, it looks more like blue brick. So if you, I'm just asking, are you saying do a diagonal between each block? That's what I'm asking. And so I'm thinking I'm losing the answer in what you're saying. Yes, I do agree. It looks like bricks. If you added stitch work over the white, what I'm asking is do a diagonal line between each block. That's what I'm asking. Is that what you mean? Lines only white. So put a white line through each block. No, not a line on the block. Okay, I don't know what you're saying then. Diagonal lines on the white. Oh, you're saying take a black or brown and put lines on the white lines. That's what you're saying? Thank you, Tanya. No lines on the blocks. Okay, yes or no? You're saying put diagonal lines on the white lines. Is that what you're saying? Okay, cool. Okay. I knew we would get it. I just needed to make sure I was understanding. And that's what happens to me sometimes, Janet, is when I ask somebody something. Thank you, Rainy, for the flower. How you doing today? And just like that lady, even though it's a yes or no question, has a call been made? They'll talk a whole paragraph, and I'm like, so is that a yes or a no? So then I'm just like what are you saying? And not you, but I like to understand. Thank you, Tanya. I'm doing okay. I'm glad you're doing well. Because some people, they'll give a whole explanation. I'm not asking, and this isn't for you, this is for like other people. I'm not asking for an explanation, I'm asking for an answer. Like, and it's a yes or no question, but they'll just do like this whole paragraph, and then I'm like, I still don't know what the answer is. And I do know I'm literal, so I do know that. So, but still, I'm like, it's a simple question. I was looking to see if I wanted to put something there, but I kind of think I don't. Okay. All right, I'm going to close up the white. Close up whatever that color was. Close up the turquoise. Close up the gray. Brown. Down is a brown. And instead of using Inglot, because that's a dry, well, maybe we will. That is a dryer formula. Because I have the MAC paint pot. I need a brush small enough that it won't cross over the lines. This might work. And if it doesn't, we're going to pretend that it did. And this one, because these are pointy. Okay. Okay. Do you want X's? Should we do X's? Or just do the diagonal lines? Let's start with the brown. Hey, Kathy. How are you? Just lines, not X's. Okay. Oh, there's his hair under here. I'm glad you're doing well, Kathy. I remember you from before. You're like a weird candy cane. Okay. We doing something. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you for the flower. Did the socks work? You know what? I believe they have been. I have been having fewer and fewer like cramps in my feet. I still get one every now and then, but then it's like, what are you doing? Because I keep forgetting I used to get them like almost every day. So I do really believe they are. And I'm thinking I want to get another pair. Well, these they sent to me, and it's a size large. I was wondering if I wanted to order an extra large because yeah, we're going to do black in here. Are these the vehicles you're talking about? White vehicles. It's about these lines, the one that's coming that way. Because the front of my foot, like, okay, so here's, yeah, here it is. This is a good example. So this is my foot, and then this is the ankle, and then it's this part of my foot. This part of my foot, the socks are tight up here, and it doesn't quite cut off my circulation, but I can feel it on my skin. And when I take them off, there's the imprint up here above my ankle in the front. And so I was wondering if I wanted to get an extra large, even though their size chart does say I should have a large, and that's what they sent me. And I chose large because of the size chart, but because of that, because it is a little too tight, I'm concerned though if I get an extra large that it won't be enough support. And so I don't know. I didn't wear them long yesterday, or maybe my feet were swollen yesterday, because yesterday it was unbearable. I wore them. I managed about 5 hours, and then I took them off. But I do think they are working. Vertical, sorry. Okay. Oh, no problem. You know, I'm just like half the time anyway. So I tell people, like, I'm cool. I'm like, if it's something, just say it's me. It's always me. It's always because I know I'll be off half the time anyway. I'm like, it's just me. Like, it's me. And I know the way I think is different too. So, you know, there's that to maneuver around. I told you, I know my issues. Nice, Janet. Hey, Dawn. Is Janessa done already, Dawn? This is Inglot Black. We're going to go the opposite way. So the brown on this side, we came this way. Oh, and ain't nothing to even move. I hit my face. The brown on this side, we went this way. The brown this side, we went this way. So the black on this side, we're going to go the opposite way. And the black over here, we're going to go the opposite way. Oh, this is dry. I don't want to put door line in it because then I might put too much. Is Janessa done, Dawn? Dang, so for the middle, which way do we go? We're going in opposite directions. Okay. Ooh, I touched the spot I didn't mean to touch. Y'all know I love painting the face. This is going to be fun getting this inglot off. It will stay, that's for sure. That just turned out to be a little circle. Oh my, excuse me. Thank you for the flowers, the grins, and the hearts. Every that time CM said, "What was that?" I'm like, I don't know. Comes up from my diaphragm. What the hell? I don't know if it's a hiccup or what. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. We're going to take any other suggestions or requests, Janet, for reconnecting. Almost 2 hours. White for upper lash line, or just do a black for upper lash line, and then we'll do mascara. Meanwhile, I'll put this lip on. That City Lips is kind of dry already. I think I'm dehydrated. Are we gonna put anything in the brows? This is Spectral Seas from Notoriously Morbid. My choice. Oh, damn it. Damn it, damn it. This smells so good. I'm trying to think, like, if... I'm trying to envision what white on upper lash line will look like. And if I do that, I don't know if I would still question doing white in the brows. I think that would be too much if I did white on upper lash line and in the brows. I was going to do a blue in the brows, wasn't I? I think it was this blue I was thinking of putting in my brows. I'm going to overline the bottom so we can fill up that space. Still ain't fill up the space. Too much space. At least I can tell what color was on what brush. This isn't that. This isn't that color. That's the one that to me sometimes looks blue and sometimes looks purple. This color. This is so dry. That is dry. It's dry on the brush too. Upper lash line. Do we want this in the brows? I think not. I think leave the brows the way they are. thinking of upper lash line. So I want to do the black or the white. I'm wondering if the white would be too much. And if it would close off the eye, since we have the white under here. So it'll just... maybe do one and see what it look like. If I don't like it, then put the black over it. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay. Because I'm really having a hard time deciding. The white one is the creamiest of all the inglots. And so sometimes this does get away from me. Oh, you know what? This works. The white works. Just a teeny tiny. I don't really like this. This is dry. How can you be creamy and dry? How? This lipstick smells like candy cane. It smells like cotton candy. Yeah, I do believe this. I've been the quietest in this live than any other live ever. So cool though, having some Camden and Philly folk in here today. There's too much on the brush. Dang it. Let's make this side thicker because the other side is thicker. There are no mistakes. There's just opportunities to do more stuff. The other side looks more white. So let's refresh the white. Yeah. And the other side is to the edge. Alright, so mascara. And we are done. Whew. Thank you y'all for being here. So is this to your liking, Janet? This is your look. Who thought that denim would be so friggin' tedious? And I didn't decide till today when I was sitting here like, what am I going to use? Like the oil based, the water activated, da da da. And I'm like, you know what? I have all the colors in Inglot. Brown, black, gray, white, blues. So I was like, let's just use Inglot. Get some more use out of those. So we're almost done, y'all. Tanya, when did you get dramatic? Because I didn't even know you had it, or if I did know, I had forgot that you had that palette. And I'm kind of surprised because there's a lot of light shades in that palette. Like, are you able to get use out of those without looking dusty? If I had known to remember, we could have did a collab. Like I say to Dawn, when she like, oh, I should use that palette tomorrow. I'm like, film it. Record it. Thank you for the brush, Kathy. You haven't even... Tanya, you should do a swatch party. Can I make a request? I'm requesting you do a swatch party. It could be on your arm. It doesn't have to be on your face like I be doing mine. I just want to see how they look on you. Is it your interpretation of the request? And of course. Of what? For you, Tanya, I'm talking about the dramatic palette from Natasha Denona. So looking at the picture, I definitely missed the mark because the shape is all wrong. Because the shape they're in circles, not blocks. And for whatever reason, it was out of my control. For whatever reason, I didn't. I don't know because I don't know. I was just, you know what? I was thinking of the different colors. I wasn't thinking of also the shapes, and that might have been more fun, like having the curvature instead of just the bricks, as you said they look like, which they do. Um, I'm something. This might be a mistake. Okay, I do like that better. It was looking like the upper eye didn't go with the rest of the eye or the face. Okay, I think that ties it in nicely. All right, just palettes. No, no. Okay, let me start over. Tanya, I am requesting that you do a swatch party of the Natasha Denona Sculpt Texture and Tone Dramatic palette. That's my request. Thank you, Janet. I'm glad that you like it because that's always the thing for me is whoever requested, like if they like it. So that's my request, Tanya, for you to do a swatch party of the Dramatic Natasha palette. Because I'm just curious. Because I don't even like all those light shades. Like, they don't even show up on me. And I'm wondering, like, how they'll show up on you or if they'll... And they may pop on you or look dusty. So this is our... Well, my troll interpretation of a denim look. I'm just glad that Janet likes it. It is definitely something new for me. And I don't mind the blank spaces either. Where before I had to do my whole entire face. But I'm actually okay with this, and I dare say that this is my favorite part, like just this shape and this the negative space in there. So this is it. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. Oh wait, when you're pet sitting for a month, you don't have to mow the lawn, cause she knew she was wrong. She knew she was wrong. Can you lower the price? Oh, and also mow the grass. Bitch, what? I am so excited she changed her mind about the grass. I am so excited because you're a pet sitter. You're not a lawn maintenance person. So I'm glad she came to her senses. She was wrong for that. That made me upset. I was like, how the... And then I was thinking about that earlier today. Dawn. I forgot who I was talking to. I was thinking of that earlier today, Dawn, where the dude that called himself an English mutt, he had a dog. And so, he would try to find people to, leave his dog at their place because it's expensive. And I knew someone in Atlanta had 2 dogs. And so whenever she had to go somewhere, she was like, oh, I need to board them. And that costs this. And it costs a lot of money to board a pet, even for just a 4-day weekend. And so for a whole month, the price is going to be high. I was thinking about that earlier today, too. Like, the price is going to be high. If you put your pet in a boarding place, I am sure it would be more than what you charging her. I am sure. And so her saying it's expensive. Okay, well board your pet and pay them thousands and thousands and $1,000 for a whole friggin' month. Yeah, exactly. Because it would be almost $100 for a 4-day weekend for dude's dog. And the one that had the 2 dogs, that girl I knew, that lady I knew, it was like $75 per dog per day. And so even for 2 days, that's $300 for both of them. And so it should be expensive, but I tell you what, it was cheaper to book you to do that than to board the dog. And that's why I was pissed too. Like, and then she gonna have the nerve to have you talk about mowing the grass, bitch. Yeah, it is expensive, and she is saving a lot by hiring you. So to throw something else on that is not a part of pet sitting, but I was trying to, because I didn't want to mess up your flow. So, but I was just like, in my mind, I was just like, where that bitch at? Let me go fuck up. Yeah, you research all that. Your measly $35 a day is nothing. That's what I'm saying. She's saving a lot of money. So even her asking you to lower your price, because it's a lot, put them in boarding somewhere and see how much they're going to rip you for. You're still cheaper at full price than they are. Right? And I was thinking about that earlier today because I'm like, wait a minute. He said it was like $75 a day. This other chick was paying $75 per dog and she had two. So that was $150 just for one freaking night. Shit. I'm so happy I don't have to. I'm glad you do too. I still wouldn't work for her again. And if you did, charge that bitch full price. And no, don't be like, I'm going to cut the damn grass. Because that was some bullshit for her to even try to pull that. All right, but we're going to go. I am so excited for you, though, Dawn. Because I was pissed for you. I was just like, and I was trying to just hold it in because I'm like, you know, let her do her thing. But she was wrong for that. So I'm glad she changed her mind. Because even hiring you and then hiring a lawn maintenance to come cut the grass, that's still cheaper than boarding the damn animal. And then boarding the animal, you still got to pay somebody to come do the grass. So she is saving a lot by hiring you. So it's like, act like you know. And not try and take advantage of somebody. That's what had me twisted. But she's moving to Hawaii in January, so I guess I don't have to worry about going back. Okay, let me take her ass over there. And you know what? It's expensive as hell to live over there because everything is imported. Yeah, let her move her ass over there. It is so nice over there. The weather is beautiful all year round. If I was going to be homeless, I would be homeless in Hawaii because the weather's nice all year round. And when I was there, I kept seeing signs that said, you know, no camping on the beach. And then we would, you know, go past the park and it would say, you know, no camping at the park. And so I said to my friend, I said, why do I keep seeing these no camping on the beach? And she said, because homeless people, you know, they'll put their campers on the beach and they'll put up tents. I was like, oh, so the camping isn't like how I used to go camping. The camping is you camping out, living here. I was like, damn. So people do be living on the beach and living in parks. Shit, I would. The weather's nice over there all freaking year round. Announcement says Tanya Majesty graduates to the 6th grade tomorrow. That is awesome. That is awesome. What I didn't understand when I went to Hawaii is, of course, they have a downtown area in Honolulu, and they have like all the expensive luxury stores, Marc Jacobs, this, that, the other, all this stuff, right? People would go there and then they go shopping. And it's more expensive there than if you ordered it online. So I'm like, you want to like spend... It's just expensive. So I'm glad I knew somebody there, so I stayed with her and her family. So I didn't have to pay for hotels and, you know, I didn't have to pay for a rental car, nothing like that. But you're going to go here for vacation, which is expensive, the hotel, food, transportation, and then you're going to buy stuff in these luxury stores? Just order it online and be cheaper. That I did not understand. I did not understand. But, you know, people do that. People get all extravagant on vacation. Yeah, they do. And then it's like, then you got to pay extra baggage and extra luggage to get to for a whole new suitcase of stuff you purchased over here. Just order this shit online and have it delivered. See what you like in person. Make a note, and when you get home, order it online. Order it online while you're here, and it'll be home when you get home. Yeah, but I didn't understand that because it is so expensive to live over there and then vacation and shit. But anyway, yeah, I am excited for her too. Damn, and we've known her for how many years? From when you first started bringing her to your channel, eons ago. But we're gonna go, y'all. My left knee just popped. So we're gonna go. My face is tight. So we're gonna go. We'll be here tomorrow. Tomorrow we're doing Enchanted Forest, and I did not even use the cryptic palette today, but we're definitely gonna use that tomorrow to do an Enchanted Forest face makeup. And so that's tomorrow. She's 10 now, and we'll be 11 in September. Wow. She's been around for a while. I'm wondering if I should have put white under here. We ain't doing nothing else. We are done, y'all. We are done. And I think it goes with this not having a line here, too. So anyway, I'm still looking at stuff. But we're going to go. We'll be here tomorrow night. Those of you who did not have Janessa on another device, make sure you go back, roll back around and watch that. I'm going to put her on after I take this off my face. It's so dry. You too, Dawn. Everybody have a good night. As always, thank you to the new subscribers. Thank you for everybody who popped in. Thank you to the replay crew. Just keep on rocking like you do. Oh, replay crew, keep on rocking like you do. I need to start recording songs. Hell no, not with my voice. Burn, baby, burn. Okay, look, I'm tripping. I gotta go. I need to go eat. So you'll see me tomorrow, y'all. As always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the crazy Trodacia way. Is that it? I feel like Janessa, she's like, what's my outro? I think that was it. All right, y'all, we're going to go. I'll see y'all tomorrow night. And thank you for all the gifts and the likes and the hearts and all of that stuff. Bye. We're Denim.